turning back to one of our top stories, President Trump allowing Nvidia to sell its H200 chips to China. Bloomberg's Ed Ludlow joins us from San Francisco with more. Ed, how much of a reversal is this in Silicon Valley, given the fact that it seems like there is a shift in the approach to national security?
As a point of export control policy, a big shift. And, I think even Bloomberg Economics published a note on it, which I enjoyed reading because the H200 is a piece of technology at the center of export control policy. The soundbite that you played from your last guest is interesting. What is the H200? It is many times more powerful than the H20, which was specifically designed as a deprecated chip for the Chinese market, right? And this is a debate the three of us have discussed this week and many weeks prior, that the position of Nvidia and Jensen Huang has been, it won't work to export a deprecated chip to China. They won't accept it. The H200 is a cutting-edge chip. It is one generation removed from Blackwell that's available to technology companies in America, but it's highly performant. And so it does mark this shift in the spectrum of China hawkishness. We've gone from a position where loads of people in the president's orbit are okay with exporting a deprecated chip to now being okay with exporting a more powerful chip. But of course, across the political divide, there are many national security concerns, and the ball's now in China's court because we don't really know if China even wants it.
Right, that's a big question. Does China even want it? The Financial Times has some reporting that potentially they're going to have a review process and some firms may get access to it if they can show the reasons why they need this instead of using a Chinese company's chip. But Ed, if Nvidia is able to sell a lot of these H200s into China, or China really opens up the door, what kind of money are we talking about for the bottom line?
Yeah, look at the trading of Nvidia shares in the immediate aftermath of the president's Truth Social post through to this morning, and momentum was lost very quickly. The baseline assumption for Nvidia right now is zero revenue from China within this fiscal year and in next fiscal year. But of course, when this news hit, the analysts quickly remodeled to work out how much revenue is possible in China. Jensen Huang has said that this is a $50 billion market opportunity. But the issue is the degree to which they can work with China on that. You're right, the reporting reflects that China's position is to say, particularly to state-backed enterprise, we want you to first prioritize using domestic chips that are massively supply constrained before using the H200. So again, Nvidia's baseline assumption is zero revenue from China, although they'd love it. And now the analysts between them have a very wide range of estimates of what's realistic in the fiscal 27 year.
All this is in exchange for a 25% tariff. But Ed, I remember in the summer there was that 15% that was supposed to go to the U.S. government. Has the U.S. government seen a dime of that?
No, and it's interesting. You will remember in August I spoke to Nvidia's CFO, Colette Kress, who is a classic CFO, a very experienced CFO, and she made the point that they are an American public company. They are bound by SEC regulations and by the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, and there is nothing codified or in existence in the legislature that provides for a mechanism where a company can issue a surcharge to the United States government, in this case of 25%. So my basic working understanding is that, of course, this is a discussion that's taken place between the president and Jensen Huang, but we need to see some specifics from the relevant regulatory agencies and government bodies on how it would work in practice. There are going to be loads of compliance and finance teams watching surveillance right now going, oh, I was thinking that as well, I think, because that's the basics of how a public company works in this country.